continuing on with this problem, I went on to cut it on that one because I didn't want to make it that long. So here, we're going to pull this out now. We have the triangle. We're going to pull that triangle out, and we're going to deal with this using law of sines, law of cosines, law of sines, or law of cosines to see which one we're supposed to do, and then solve it out. So I'm going to pull this triangle up. So we have A here again. Dang it, man. Dang it. We know this side is C, and that's equal to 10 miles. This side is A, this side is B. This is 65 degrees. This is 34 degrees. Again, if you didn't understand where we got these numbers from on the last video, just call me over and make sure you understand it, because when it comes, again, time for this final exam, you have to know what's going on. Now, with this, we're given two angles and a side. So in other words, we have two angles and a side. Now we have to figure out with that, what do we do? Are we dealing with law of sines or law of cosines? And when it came to a definition of either one of those, we talked about which we needed. And the only one that had two sides, two angles and a side was law of cosine. Sorry, law of sine, not law of cosine. Sorry, my fault. Law of sines. Now here, just like we did before, we're going to have to figure out what's going on, because if we have the law of sine, that means we have to have an angle and a side that matches. The letters must match. And on this one, we don't have any letters that match yet. We just have two angles and a side, but nothing matches. So we should be able to figure out what angle C is by just adding them up and subtracting from 180, right? Right. So we're going to start with angle C. So this one we're going to have to find everything because it requires it. So we know A plus B plus C equals 180. So angle A is 65. Angle B we have 34. Angle C we don't know what it is. And again, we already know how this works. So we add them up, subtract from 180, and get an answer. So when you do this part, what is your answer? Oh, there's my calculator. My trusty calculator. Super duper handy dandy calculator. That's right. So everybody should have gotten 81. Oh, 99 minus 180. Yep, 81. That was right. So we get 81 degrees for C. So throw that in here. All right, so now we should be able to do law of sines and finish everything up. So we have to find A and we have to find B, and we can do that really quick like. And we have shortcuts too, so everybody hopefully remembers those. So I'm going to start with side A really quickly. And again, as we have done this, hopefully you've been able to do things quickly. So these are our A's. And then our C's are what we have both of. C is 10. So again, we cross multiply, simplify it down, and we get an answer. So we'll do that really quickly. So that's 10 sine 65 equals A sine 81. And again here, if I skip a step, it's because we've done this enough times that you guys should be really comfortable with this. So be comfortable. Don't be afraid and be scared and nervous or anything of that sort that you might not get it right. Oh my gosh. Mr. Hall, I'm so scared I might not get it right. I'm going to forget how to do this. All right, so we got that going. We put it into the calculator. Make sure you're in the right mode again. So are we in degree mode or radian mode here? Right, degree mode. That's what you're in for. So make sure you're doing that part and make sure you're in the right mode. And everybody should have gotten approximately 9.176, blah, blah, blah. But again, we're going to round this to the nearest whole number because it says here how far to the nearest mile. So a whole number. So this is 9 miles. Is A. And then for side B, everybody should remember the shortcut, which I hope you do, because I'm not going to go through this whole problem again. Remember, we're taking just this part here. This is angle A. So we need to fill in angle B here. So angle B is what we found is just 34. So put 34 in there. And we put in the calculator and get an answer. And we get approximately, and this is side B, so we get approximately 5.662 approximately. And then again here, we're going to round it to the nearest whole number, the nearest mile. So that is 6 miles. But our biggest thing is going to be here is making sure that we write out what is the answer to the problem. Actually write it out in word form. So here, because that way I can make sure you understand what's going on. Now, with this, the thing that gets everybody wrong, like messed up this here, I want you to take a look at these numbers that we found here, A and B, and then here. And I want you to tell me which station is 6 miles away from the fire and which station is 9 miles away from the fire. So when you write it down, I want you to write a sentence for that. And everybody's waiting for me to do it, so here we go. So for station A, so station A is it 9 miles or is it 6 miles away from the fire? Station A is 6 miles away from the fire. And station B is 9 miles away. Now some of you guys are like, whoa, wait, Mr. Hall, how'd you do that? How'd you get that? Now here, we know 6 miles is from B, 9 miles is from A. Let's fill that into the triangle really quickly. So this is 6 miles. This is 9 miles. So 6 miles and 9 miles. This is from station B to the fire is 9 miles. Station A to the fire is 6 miles. So when we write it down, station A is 6 miles away from the fire. Station B is 9 miles away from the fire. That's it. So be careful with it. Label it correctly, because if not, this could be like totally wrong. And you get the wrong answer, and then when it comes to final exam, you'll mark it wrong, even though all the work looks good. So be careful. All right, then we have one last example, and we are done.